distinguished dignitaries, respected faculty members, delegates, researchers, participants, and dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. We shall now proceed to one of the significant academic session of AIPTIS-2026. Before we start the session, it is my privilege and honor to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, and Chief Guest of the today's AIPTIS-2026 valedictory. He accomplished scientist and eminent expert in chemistry, scientific innovation, intellectual property rights, technology transfer, and research commercialization. Dr. Pavan Kumar holds a PhD in synthetic organic chemistry and has received specialized training in patent law and patent drafting. His distinguished professional journey has scientific research, innovation management, intellectual property rights, and technology commercialization. He has remarkable academic and professional contributions, including 46 patents, of which 36 have been granted, and 13 developed technologies, 11 research projects, and 23 scientific publications. Dr. Pavan Kumar's expertise in transforming scientific ideas into intellectual property and commercially viable technologies makes his presence here at AIPTIS 2026 particularly valuable to researchers, faculty members, innovators, and students. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a matter of immense pride and privilege to have such a distinguished scientist and inspiring resource person with us today. I may request the gathering to welcome Dr. T. Pavan Kumar with a resounding round of applause. And I humbly invite Dr. T. Pavan Kumar to deliver his keynote. So now the floor is yours.
So very good afternoon to each and everyone present here. Respected Vice Chancellor Sir, Dean Ravindra Garu, and all other faculty members, conference participants, and my dear students. I see large number of students are also coming. It is a very happy moment for me to visit again and again your campus. Maybe this is my second visit in about 50 days, not even more than 2 months span. So today I thought I would be conducting a session on technology innovation and management excellence for potential exploitation, IP interface. When we look into IP, it is very, very important, we all know, but how to achieve this is becoming difficult for us. Though it is important, but achieving it is becoming little difficult. For that reason, I kept the title as this: time is more important, being on time is important, and IP is also important. I tried to club all these three together, and these are the places from where I got my education, training, and working experience, both in terms of chemistry research as well as IPR. I'm an organic chemist by training. I do research in organic chemistry, but knowingly or unknowingly, I got a parallel practice of IP. So now I am more known for IP or patents than chemistry. But this has helped us to contribute to more number of patents. In about a decade period of time, we could file more than 40 patent applications, out of which 30 are already granted in about 12 to 13 countries, and few others are in pipeline. Very luckily, 4 of our initial patents, we could license them to Sun Pharma. So this is where taking technology to next level, integrating IP, and then channelizing to make some revenue or wealth is more important. So here in my session, I'll try to integrate all these aspects to attest the title of this session. So quickly, how many of us present in this auditorium are having some awareness on IPR? If you can please raise your hands if you wish. So that means good number of people are having. Quickly, do you find any difference here? Yes or no? If you are taking more time means we do not have IPR awareness. The answer should come within less than 5 seconds. Yes? Yes, difference is there. That difference is majorly because of IP. But now let us move towards research. What is research? Everyone has got their own definitions, but believe me, research is essentially problem solving. Yes, we all do the same. Fine. Then what do we mean by entrepreneurship? Any quick idea? Any big thought?
Selling it.
Yes. If you look into the objective of the entrepreneurship or the main core of the entrepreneurship, again it is all about problem solving. Yes or no?
Yes.
There were days where there were no fans also. Only people used to get air, natural air. So we dubbed or invented fan. Then air cooler came, then air conditioner came. So likewise, both are problem solving, but they are not one and the same. If you are an entrepreneur, you get more priority in this era. Researchers used to get highest priority in the earlier eras, but this era is all about entrepreneurship. And to become either of these two, you should be a researcher first. So research is backbone of entrepreneurship as well as doing excellence in research. This is the flowchart. Ideas, R&D, then technology, transformation and product. Essentially or traditionally, research means people who contribute to these two phases. But the entrepreneurs used to look into these 3 phases of the activity. But today, the time has come where there is no difference. If you are an entrepreneur, you should definitely have inclination towards research. Without integration of research in your entrepreneurial activity, seeing success is difficult. If you are a researcher but working only for research with no integration or possibility or scope towards entrepreneurship, then your research may not have much significance. So therefore, the barriers, whatever were there, they have gone. Now the floor is open for each and everyone to perform. And it is not that easy to see your idea getting successful. Idea, proof of concept, prototype, scaling up, commercial production, product use. All the gadgets or the products or the technologies that we are enjoying today, including this pointer, to the projector, to the computer, laptop, mobile phone, each and everything, whatever we are enjoying today is an outcome of these number of stages. And not every idea will reach to success or reach to the market. Only few of them which have got potential would reach. And most of the research essentially stops at first initial phases. Unless we take the activity forward, there is no bigger scope for us. And in today's era, the era which is referred as era of innovations, I believe this is the cycle of activity. Creation, very good. We are very good in creating new things, useful things, productive things. Then comes protection, then exploitation. Though we are very good in creations, unfortunately, somehow, knowingly or unknowingly, we have not given importance to the protection part. Either we have neglected or not realized about the importance of protection. That is where we are suffering. Today, anything new comes into the world, always we have some or other reason to show that, yes, in India, the same thing was happened about 1000 years back, 2000 years back, or 5000 years back. If that much of development has happened few thousands of years back, why are we still referred as developing country? A country aspiring for development. Yes or no? This is essentially whatever knowledge or whatever creations we did, somehow we failed in taking proper protection over those creations. Many of our knowledge, many of our creations have served as source for the Western people to exploit further. Once you protect, that protection brings you IP rights. If you have IP rights in your hand, you can go for profitable exploitation. So in today's session, we would be seeing all the aspects covering this 3-pillar activity. In simple terms, if your idea results into a solution, that is called as invention. If your idea brings you profits, that is innovation. And entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs will see success provided if they make profits. For everything, you need to have a solution which is acceptable solution. For both inventions and innovations, you can obtain patents. Few quick examples I'll show here. Charles Babbage invented computer. Of course, he did not call it as computer. He called it as analytical engine in 1834. But he never patented it. If he has patented, maybe as long as human life survives on this planet, he would have been the richest person, undoubtedly, right? And aspirin was referred as a wonder drug. It was invented in 1897 and patented. Here is the patent number. And air conditioner was invented somewhere in 1902. And here is the patent number. Before 1900, there were no ACs. But today, our life do not go without AC. So that is how the idea should translate into such a kind of outcome where people will find it very, very necessary. And then Martin Cooper engineer is the person who invented the mobile phone. Unfortunately, we don't know whether it's a very great invention or a great loss to the humanity. It has got both sides with equal intensity. And elevator was invented in 1861. Elevator was invented in 1861, but I believe we all know that until early 2000, if you have to experience elevator means we used to go to supermarkets or big malls or only in airports. But it was the invention of 1861. Here is the patent number. Try to compare between the kind of contributions we made, the kind of contributions Western country people made. We made bigger contributions, but we never thought of protecting them. We thought our knowledge should be useful for the humanity. They thought our knowledge should be useful for the humanity. At the same time, we should also get the benefit out of the knowledge or contribution we made. That is the difference. So therefore, when we talk about protection of inventions or innovations, or sometimes the ideas through which we get some productive outcomes, they can be protected through these means. Here is the classification of IP. Broadly, it is of two types: copyright and industrial property. Copyright includes rights of the author and rights of the performer, whereas industrial property again depends on two factors: information and innovation. If you are looking for the business or market aspects of your product or of your service, then information pillar is more relevant. Trademark and geography indication. If you are a researcher or academician or an industry person who is trying to contribute to something new or who is trying to solve some problems, once you come up with the solutions, either you may get patents, you can keep them as secrets, or you can protect them as industrial designs. On the left hand side, I tried to show these types of IPs with an example each. Geographical indication. Darjeeling tea is the first GI from India. As on date, India has got about more than 600 registered GIs. But otherwise, India has a potential of having more than 30,000 GIs. While I was coming to Rajam, Ponduru Khadi is very famous. And Bobbili is here. Bobbili Veena is famous. Likewise, Andhra Pradesh has got about 36 or 37 registered number of registered GIs. And likewise many others. Here is a flow chart which makes us to understand easily how our ideas can be translated into useful outcomes and in what way we can protect them. If you have an idea, if it results into a work which is expressive in nature, maybe you made a painting, you made a cartoon, you performed a you made a dance performance or a mono action or a drama, whatever it may be, if the work is expressive in nature, you may get a copyright. J.K. Rowling is considered to be more richer than Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth is rich by inheritance, she has become rich by IP. If your idea results into invention or innovation, you may obtain a patent. If your idea reflects the quality or identity of the product or of the service, it may be a trademark. If someone asks you, you are associated with, show your logo of your university, that itself is sufficient. You need not explain them anything. Just show your ID card. By looking at their GMR IT logo, they'll get every answer. That itself reflects the quality and identity. So that is where trademark comes into picture. And then, if you have an idea, if it results into new appearance, once you look at it, it appears different. It appears in new shape. Then it is called as industrial design. Have an idea, don't disclose to anyone, keep it secret, practice trade, preferably make profits. It may be a trade secret. Coca-Cola was invented in 1886 as a medicinal drink by a pharmacist, but as on date, no one in the world knows the original composition of Coca-Cola, but everyone drinks. So that is how secrets are maintained. And unlike other properties, intellectual property rights are not long-lasting. They have time limitation. Otherwise, we can also tell that IP rights are limited time enjoyment rights. Patents are enjoyable for 20 years, provided if they are granted. Trademark, design and geographical indications, initially 10 years, but there is a possibility of extension for 5 years for the design. And trademarks and geographical indications, since they have reference to the business or market aspects, for every 10 years you can keep renewing them. Copyrights, lifetime of the author plus 60 years. Plant protection and integrated circuits, anywhere between 10 to 18 years. Once the given timelines are completed, means completed. No extension is possible. Neither government nor any other authority will be in a position to give the extension. Don't even go to any temple or any other religious place. No God can also help you out in giving extension. Because these guidelines we made and we are responsible. Quick example of Coca-Cola. Look at the Coca-Cola. The name and logo is protected as trademark. The ring pull system is a technical aspect protected as patent. Composition, as I mentioned, secret. Creative content present on this bottle is protected as copyright. This comes in several bottle designs. All those bottle shapes are protected as industrial designs. One product can be associated with several kinds of IPs. So by this, now we can also say that we ourselves are always associated with one or other forms of IP. Look at your own self. There is IP with you. There is IP with you. So that is how we are always living with IP, but somehow when we try to contribute to new things, the matching protection or matching level of protection for our creations is not happening. So therefore, I came back to the same slide. Yes, the answer was yes. Yes, it is because of the IP, and at least these two differentiated by 4 different kinds of IPs. Otherwise, for the people like us who goes, if I go to a medical shop, it doesn't matter for me whether I get this one or this one. Both are same, both are for purpose, use, application, everything is same. But yes, essentially they are differentiated. It is all because of the IP around. So quickly, out of all the kinds of IPs that we have discussed here, I believe patents appear to be the most important forms of IP for the people like us. Because we are from academics and research background, whatever we do in our day-to-day activities, there is a possibility of contributing to something new. And that something new can be an invention or innovation. If so, there is a possibility of protecting through patents. You may get different definitions for the patents, but believe me, whatever definition you may see, essentially the summary of that definition would be this. Patent is nothing but a contract between the government and the inventor, for which government gives the inventor the right to exclude others for 20 years. If you get a patent, for 20 years without your permission, no one can practice that invention. And it is also referred as a techno-legal document. All our scientific papers, theories, or thesis, dissertations, they are called as technical documents. Patent is technical plus some legal component, and that is through this legal component we get the rights. A patent confers the right to exclude but not the right to do. For this reason, patents are also referred as negative rights. Because once you get a patent, you have the right to stop others. What you do with that patent is up to you. Nothing is mentioned in the law. So therefore, these rights are referred as negative rights. And there are a set of people who says that they are Pavanji, we are positive-minded people. We generally don't entertain practicing negative things because patent is a negative right. By citing that reason, they don't do patents or they don't try to understand the impact of the patents. Then why patents? Without patents, we were surviving. If I look back into my research days, my supervisor, their supervisor, hardly we had any practice of filing patents, though we come from a very big R&D institution. I never searched for a patent during my research time, but I completed my research, got good papers, everything is over. But why? Why we have to look into patents? It is because when we look into the output of scientific contributions, with respect to publications, we stand at number 3 globally. But who are at number 1 and 2? What is their percentage and what is our percentage? Who are at number 4, 5, 6? Number 4, 5, 6 can reach and surpass us at any time. But for us, reaching to this 1 and 2 is very, very difficult. But in spite of this, yes, in this aspect we are wonderful. We have to appreciate, we should take pride, we should feel proud, undoubtedly, there is no doubt. But when it comes to patents, look at the numbers. More than or close to 50% of the patents worldwide are being contributed by China. Another 15-16% by US. And another 10% by Japan, Korea, these people. 5 countries are contributing to more than 85% of the patents worldwide. And rest of all other countries, maybe more than 195 countries, hardly contributing to 15%, where we are also one among them. So this is where the matter is becoming a bigger concern. And quickly, if I have to tell you about the historical aspects of patents, America is the first country to come up with a systematic practice of patents, systematic patent practices. In 1790, America issued or granted first patent for a process of making potash. It is a chemical engineering patent. Since then, they never looked back. By looking at US, Japan started, and Japanese first patent came somewhere in early 1900s, and within soon they could also evolve as superpower. And then Korea and Europe came. China, first patent from China came only in the year 1985, but now it is number 1 in the world. And when did our first patent came? First patent from India came in the year 1856. 1856 was the year where India got its first patent. But even now, on an average in a year, Indian Patent Office receives not more than 1 lakh patent applications. If you wish to know the numbers, Chinese Patent Office receives more than 16 lakh patent applications each year. American Patent Office about 5 to 6 lakhs, and Indian Patent Office less than 1 lakh. Not even 1 lakh, less than 1 lakh. But by population, by intelligence, by knowledge, by contributions, we are on par with anyone in the globe. But that is not being reflected in the number of technologies or IP. And here is the number of patent applications filed by different states in our country in last year. Tamil Nadu takes the lead with about 15,000. Then comes other states. Tamil Nadu, then Andhra Pradesh is around 3582. For this, I think some numbers have come from your university as well. But these numbers have to multiply with at least 10 to 20 times each year. Only then there is a possibility that we could go into the global competition. And believe me, 90% of the patents worldwide are majorly given for the improvements over the existing patents or over the existing technologies. So whenever you start doing research, this first possibility is do something entirely new. But doing entirely new all the time may or may not be possible. So in those cases, look at the existing things. Wherever there is a scope for you to improve, do an improvement, irrespective of the scale of the improvement. If the improvement is a significant improvement, certainly you can fetch patents. There's a huge possibility. One quick example I will show here to make us realize the value of patents. Read the statement present on the screen. W invents and patents the wheel. Yes, W invents and patents the wheel. B later invents and patents the bicycle. Yes? Clear, I think? Now, forget about W and B. For all others, we need a bicycle. For me, I have to go to the market, I have to buy a bicycle. The next question is this. Who can make and sell bicycles? We are either W or B. Majorly we do research, we make publications, and because nowadays it has become very, very important to convert our research into patents, we are doing patents. So either we fall into the W category or B category. But we will be only successful if our research or product comes into the market. Then who take it to the market? B? W? B? See, already 1 minute over, we are not getting one answer. There are mixed answers. W invents and patents the wheel. Clear? B later invents and patents the bicycle. But for us, how does it matter whether it is W or B? When we go to the market, we need a bicycle. But for them, it matters a lot. Bicycle to come into the market, there is a big aspect. Only if it is available, we can buy. But to come into the market is a big aspect. One final chance. What is the answer here? Who can make and sell? Any quick idea? Students also. B, because B is the answer because you feel that it is B who made the bicycle so that he can sell. Answer is not B. Then what is your answer? Only one remaining, right? That is W. Answer is not W also. Then what is this question? No answer is correct. Then here, this is where IP plays an important role. Suppose W has invented but not patented, then your answer B is correct. If B invented and not patented, to certain extent, W can also do. But here, both have got patents. The answer is neither W nor B, or both. If W want to make, he has to take license from B. If B has to make, he or she has to take license from W. Or both can jointly make it and take the share. Or any third person can also do, provided if they take license from these two, both W and B. Yes or no? Suppose if B has not taken a patent, everyone would have used his bicycle. If W has not taken a patent, everyone would have used their wheel with no significance or no acknowledgement to them. So therefore, this is the impact of patent. You need not contribute to the complete invention or complete technology. Contribute to a small part, take an IP, keep it with you. Then you can play around. Now, the next question is IP expensive? Is doing patent expensive? Yes or no? Good that I got no answer here, but this is the only place where I got the answer is no. At all other places, wherever we raise this query, yes, very expensive. This is a usual general answer that I face. Then, are scientific publications inexpensive? Are scientific publications inexpensive? We need more answer for this. We need answer from everyone for this. Because this is the field where we are already saturated. More than saturation, more than excellence we are doing. Are scientific publications inexpensive?
Yes.
Yes? Yes? No. Mixed answers are there. Okay. Is research an expensive activity?
Yes.
Is research? No?
Yes.
Who say no? Research is not an expensive activity. Is research an expensive activity? Yes. When research is an expensive activity, then everything is expensive. But it is our perception that for patent we have to pay the fees and file application, then pay the fee for examination, everything. For publication, just send it to the journal, they will do everything. We feel that it is free, this is expensive. But really, either it is publication or patent, as such they are not the main activities. They are the outcome of research. When research itself is expensive, both are expensive. We spend lot of money for chemical. We spend lot of money for human resources. We spend lot of money for the softwares, all those things. And then we make a publication. So now ANRF has come up with a very good idea. Whenever you submit a project proposal, in the financial breakup, you can also keep a budgeted for filing IP, taking IP. That they have kept in their template itself. So if no, then nothing is expensive. Believe me, the impact of patent is this. With respect to creating wealth, I am not talking about any other aspects. This comparison is only with respect to creating wealth. The difference between publication and patent is do research. Research is research. Expensive or inexpensive research is research. And then there are two possibilities for you. One is do publications as usual, then go to another research activity. In those cases, there is no possibility of creating wealth because the gate is closed there. But before doing publication, if you take a patent, there is a possibility of creating wealth. It may not bring you wealth, but it opens up a possibility. But once you make a patent, for the same research work, after doing patent, you can also publish it. You can publish. So whatever you are practicing, that you can very well do, but do it after filing a patent application, through which you will open up another possibility of creating wealth. So therefore, what I feel is in terms of creating wealth, publication keeps you going, but patent keeps you growing. If you license one of your patent, that may bring money. It happened in our case. Those were the very first patents when we filed in 2015. We were also not sure because we thought let us start this practice so that we can show some numbers in our CV. That was the only intention with which we started. We were so lucky that we don't even know that they got licensed there. Until some of our colleagues told, no, this patent got licensed, there is a newspaper article. This happened. Now we tell the story the other way around. See, I made patent, I got money. See, once you do it, you can show the way you wish. And here is the essential difference between patent and paper. Look at this. When you look into this slide, you will realize that, oh, patent is just little more than a patent. Title, author, abstract, introduction, description, drawings, references and citations all are common. Whatever you do for paper, the same thing is required for publication, patent. Only industrial use and claims. These two are mandatory for patent. Industrial use and claims. These two are not required for publications. But if you put industrial use in publication, your impact factor might increase. That is guaranteed. But claims are not required at all. Even if you put claims in publication paper, they will ask you to remove and send. Because that is not a subject matter of scientific publication. So now you see, if you classify this as 100%, this is 100%, papers is 80%. So patent is 80, paper plus 20% more. So therefore, there is essentially no bigger difference between a publication and patent, except for this legal component which comes in the form of a claim. And here is the difference between the terminologies that one need to practice. Publication versus patents. Author, manuscript, writing and affiliation goes in publication practice. When you practice patents, inventor, specification, drafting and assignee. You are drafting a specification for the patent. But if you say, I am writing a manuscript for the patent, that is not a correct terminology. People may understand. People may not point out at you, but this language has to be used. Because being a techno-legal document, it is always drafted and through a specification. And here are the types of patents or types of claims. Whatever work, whatever research work you carry out, depending on the nature of the research work or outcome of the research work, it may be a product patent, process patent, or composition patent, or improvement patent. And similarly is the claims. If you develop product, you go with product claims. If you develop process, process claims. When I say process, it can be engineering process, medical process, chemical process, physics, any process. And especially for chemistry, organic chemistry and medicinal chemistry people, there is a huge chance of doing less, covering more. Doing less, covering more. Through Marquez claims. Develop a library of 20 compounds, but through Marquez claim, you can protect all other possible libraries, which you have not synthesized, but they are possible. That is the advantage for organic chemistry. And there are claims called as Jepson claims. These are also referred as claims for the improved inventions. Look at the invention. If you do any improvement, patent for an invention which is an invention over the which is an improvement over the existing invention. Such kind of claims are called as Jepson claims. And there are Swiss claims. If you find a new medical use, new application, then such kind of claim is Swiss claim. And if still someone feels that doing patents are expensive, if you don't feel, maybe some others, if you come across people who still believe that patents are expensive, please convey them by looking at this screen. For startups, individuals and academic institutions, filing fees is 1,600, examination fees is 4,000. 5,600 is the complete fee until it gets granted. If it gets granted, after from third year onwards, you need to pay little maintenance fees. So for this category, the entire fees for complete duration of 20 years would be not more than 1 lakh. But the benefit that you get is bigger number, provided if it gets licensed. And for all other agencies like CSIR or other industries, 8,000 is filing fee, 20,000 is examination fee. I think none of these fees are really expensive. And quickly I will show how to identify a patent. Is this a patent? Any quick response? Is this a patent? For this you need not have prior knowledge of patent. Just look at this. Whatever you feel, you may convey. Is this a patent? Yes? There are few yes answers. Then is this a patent?
Yes.
Both are patents. But there is some difference. Is this a patent? When I say there is some difference, then there is a possibility of differentiation. Is this a patent?
No. No, sir.
Now yes has become no. Is this a patent?
Yes.
Yes has become yes only. Right. Maybe you spend little more time to identify, because there is one simple trick. If I tell you, it would hardly take not more than 2 seconds for you to identify. That trick I will show after 3 or 4 slides. But that is very essential. Irrespective of the number of pages, the language, the country, the subject from which a patent is coming, a given patent document is divided into 4 major parts. First part is bibliographic data. It majorly comes in the front page, which includes names, dates, titles, everything, citations. And then comes the drawings of the invention. Third part is description, and this description part is almost equivalent to the manuscript that we make for publication, including the supporting information. And the fourth, last, the most important part is claims. So these are 4 different parts. And first 3 parts are also referred as disclosure or technical parts, which are very, very useful for the public. But the 4th part, claims part, is important for you as an inventor. If you are an inventor, if you are filing patent, for you claims part is more important. But for others, it is the technical part. So these first 3 parts are technical parts. The claim part is the legal part of the document. This is how front page of a patent application looks like. This is PCT, this is American patent document, and here is the Indian patent document. This is how it looks like. Application number, date, time, all those things will be present. And I just raised a query whether it's a given a document patent or not. Believe me, only granted applications are called as patents. Patent filing is step number 1 or stage number 1. After you file it, after 18 months it gets published. Only then it comes to the open domain. Otherwise it is a secret between you and patent office. And when it gets published, people will come to know. Only after thorough examination and granting, it becomes a granted application. If it gets granted, only then it is referred as patent. Otherwise, it is either a patent application or patent application publication. And if it gets granted, from the date of first filing, it will be valid for 20 years. Please look at 3 things put in green. They are very essential for any researcher. Country code, kind code, and IPC technology class code. Patent searching is a very difficult activity. So therefore, instead of searching with the keywords, always try to identify class codes referring to your subject domain, specific subject domain, so that your job becomes easy. All countries are referred with 2-letter codes. Any country practicing patent, it will be having 2-letter code. Then kind code. By using this kind code, you can make out whether the given document is a patent or not a patent. Here is the significance of the kind code. When the kind code is A, when I say A with anything, A1, A2, A3 or just A, it is not a patent, it is only application or publication. When the kind code is B, only then it is a patent. If you find E, reissued patent. If you find D, design patent. Now, look at this, which is a patent here.
P2. Second one.
Answer is quite simple. Earlier we had mixed answers. Here it is, kind code is A. Because this is American patent document, you are seeing patent application publication, and here it is patent. For all many other countries, they don't write any of these things. For non-English things, you don't see all of them. But look at the kind code. If it is A, not a patent. If it is B, it is a patent. This has been into practice since early 2000s. Before 2000, whatever patents have come, this practice was not there. It used to become very, very difficult for the people to identify whether the patent is really granted or not. And the next step comes is filing patents in other countries. There are many misconceptions about this. People say they have international patents. Some people say they have world patent. Some people say they have global patents. Now, how to file patents abroad? There are 2 major possibilities. One is Paris route, Paris Convention route. The other one is PCT, Patent Cooperation Treaty route. File in India today, because you are an Indian citizen, we have to file in India first. File in India today, you will get 12 months time period to decide in which countries you want to take them forward again. So, whatever 12 months you get, whenever you file applications in other countries, your essential or effective filing date would be today itself. So that means you get 1 year freezing period. Even though you file today in India, within 12 months you can file in other countries, but there the effective time period will be counted from today only. You get the priority. Your priority would be retained for 12 months in all those countries who are the members of Paris Convention. In PCT, file an application today. Within 12 months, make a PCT application, one single application through which you can retain priority in more than 150 countries. But after 12 months, you will get another 18 months to decide in which countries you want to take it forward. Finally, it is the National Patent Office which has to grant your patent. So patent will be country specific. So therefore, whenever you come across something like any of these 3, global patent, world patent, or international patent, believe me, nothing like this exists. There is no global patent, there is no world patent, there is no international patent. In spite of this, if you are NIRF ranking or in our cases, Innovation Ranking Index templates we get, in all those templates they still ask how many number of patents your institution has. National, international. But essentially that international column is not relevant. Rather it should be foreign or abroad patents. There is nothing like international patent. But yes, there is something called as international patent application. The earlier one which I had showed through PCT route, today you file an application in India. Within 12 months you can make one more application through PCT route,
that application is called as PCT application or international patent application. And that will only stop at the level of publication. After that, there is no scope for the application to go forward. And this is the very first activity or first step with respect to patent practice. Locating a patentable space. And this has to be performed before you start your experimentation. This has to be performed or established before you start your experimentation. And as long as you keep experimenting your research, it has to be parallelly followed. And once your research work is completed, whatever you felt earlier and whatever you are feeling after your research completion, they should match. Only then there will be scope for filing patents. How to do that? Any invention to be patentable, it should satisfy the criteria of patentability. And here are the 4 criteria. We generally refer it as NUNS test, NUNS test. Novelty, utility, non-obviousness, and statutes of the nation. First 3 criteria are very much common in any country. Go to any country, these 3 criteria are common. 4th one is also common, but it differs from country to country and based on their patent laws. Novelty means it should be new, known for the first time. Utility, it must have some or other industrial application. And non-obvious means it should not look obvious to a person who has got ordinary skill in the art. If I take the example of chemistry, someone with diploma in chemistry, if they understand your research work, then it is quite obvious. So in those cases, you may not get patent. Statutes of the nation are governed with Indian Patent Act 1970. There are 2 sections, namely section 3 and section 4. And there are some list of inventions given in these sections. If your research work is falling in any of this list, it is not patentable in India. Because even if it has got novelty, utility, non-obviousness, even then it is not patentable. Our Indian patent or in our Indian system do not grant patents to these kind of inventions. And for one such example is computer related inventions where direct softwares. Computer softwares as such, mathematical equations as such, business methods as such are not patentable in India. But however, there are certain guidelines through which you can still patent. There is a new guideline issued by Indian Patent Office. I have just shared with your head of computer science department. Guidelines for the examination of computer related inventions which has been published by Indian Patent Office in the year 2025. According to these guidelines, though software patents are not directly patentable in India, if you can show some technical merit, this is a huge possibility. So all those from computer science or related fields, you may please refer to those guidelines and make sure that you will come up with that limitation. And how to know whether a given work is really novel or not, something exists or not, whether it is inventive or not. When we do research, the first step we do is background survey or literature survey. While we do this, we usually look into publications through Web of Science, Science Direct or many other agencies. But we preferably don't look into the patents. But please make a habit of searching into the patents. Why? The reason is 80% of the technical inventions will only appear in the form of patents. For that reason, earlier 80% I kept this as orange under patents. So if you don't search in patents, you are searching only in 20% of the information which is available in the form of scientific publications, and you are establishing that your work is new. But 80% is not looked into. Earlier I used to keep red because no one used to search, but in today's scenario, there are a good number of people who started looking into patents. But otherwise it has to become a mandatory practice. And there are more than 150 million patent documents worldwide. And more than 4 lakh new inventions are being added to the existing library. For every 1 minute, 2 new patent documents are being added to the existing library across the globe. So if we conduct session for 1 hour, now if I say 1000, after 1 hour it will be 1120. So that kind of stringent activity is going on globally. And these are the examples of the free patent databases from where you can search for patents. 24/7. Wherever you wish, whenever you wish, you can search. These are the country-specific databases where limitation is you get patents of those countries only. But Google Patents, Lens.org, WIPO Patent Scope, all these are global patent coverage. They have global coverage. They are very good. They serve as a first source of information for you with respect to patents. And all are free, very good also. And otherwise, there are also paid patent databases. You need to subscribe. They are little expensive, but the information inquiry is very exhaustive. With one click, you will get to know the complete information about your work. That is possible. Questel, LexisNexis, PatSeer, Clarivate, STN, all these are there. At IMMT in Bhubaneswar, we have a subscription for Questel Orbit. So from this platform, I give an open invitation to you all. Whenever you wish to use this paid database, please text me or please write to me, or I'll share the login details with your dean so you can share it. But only thing is, you don't share from your side to others. Otherwise, we do not have any track. But you need not pay us. We will offer this for an open use. Because we bought this more than 1 year over. From my institute, hardly 2 or 3 people have searched. Either I search, no one searches. So why we should keep it limited? We started opening, and we also kept in our library for an open use. We kept the title as Patent Search Kiosk. Whoever visits our library, they can visit and use it. Login ID is loaded there. Anytime, any number of times, they can come and visit. And for you coming to Bhubaneswar is not that easy. So isliye, I will give login ID and password, and please take benefit of this one. We all know that IP is very important. Not only about us, even the Prime Minister of the country realizes that yes, this activity has to be taken up with full potential. Innovate, patent, produce and prosper. These 4 steps will lead our country towards faster development. He said in one of the recent science congresses. Of course, now science congresses is being stopped, but otherwise in 2020, he mentioned about this. And don't wait for the patents. Whenever you feel, please don't wait. Waiting will only increase the gap. Otherwise, it will not fetch us anything. I have seen some people at my institute. Since the day I joined, they are telling, Pavan ji, मेरे पास 4-5 कम है, हम आएंगे आपके पास. अच्छा हुआ कि आप आ गए IMMT में. 6 साल हो गए, अभी तक वो आया नहीं, वो हुआ नहीं. Now they realize whenever they see me in the corridor or here, हाँ हम आएंगे. कब आएंगे वो पता नहीं. And after 10 years, if you come, what is the use? By the time, in today's scenario, your research or technology will become obsolete in not more than 2 or 3 years. Maximum is 2-3 years. Sometimes even less. अब 6 साल के बाद आएगा तो already किसी को नहीं चाहिए. When no one needs the technology, then what is the use in taking a patent of that? So therefore, whenever you feel of filing a patent, start it immediately. Starting is the major problem. Once you start, bundle will go anyway. So therefore, please start that and try to take this practice forward. The next question is, what after patents? Yes or no? Doing patents is a big difficulty. Now the bigger difficulty for the communities like us is this one. Wherever you go, you have 5-6 patents, what is the use? How much money you got? Tell me. To avoid this, many people are not doing patents. Right? If you do publications, no one will ask that. This question comes only when you start doing patents. But now we know that whether it's a patent or a publication, both are expensive. They are the outcomes of the research. They are not the research as such. So therefore, the first best option is this. We also did patents for this reason only. There was no other reason for us. पहला फाइल करो बाद में देखेंगे. Luckily we forgot, but we were so lucky that came. Now we say that we did not forget. We started putting more efforts. File and forget. Many people do this. Not only in India, in all countries in the world, in US, in China, many people majorly do this. And doing this is not wrong at all. Don't think that doing this is wrong. Doing this is not at all wrong. Why? Once you file a patent, your portfolio of the institute, portfolio of your group will get a bigger weightage. When you have a bigger weightage, that will open up some new possibilities. Otherwise, exploit, do something by yourself. What are the possibilities? Either you can sell your patent or give on license, or jointly you can start some new venture, or you can go for franchising, or you can keep it as an open option. So any of these things you can practice. I will quickly show a few examples to attest these kind of practices. One is this. Drinking straw from coconut leaf. It was made by an English professor, English faculty from Bengaluru. They made this. People like us who got some knowledge on IP suggested them to take a patent. They got patent in India, they got patents in abroad. And here is the product. This one. Drinking straw from coconut leaf. Today, they are exporting this product in more than 8-9 countries. They opened a company where more than 100 people are working. English professor. And making drinking straw from coconut leaf. Cricket stumps. Look at cricket stumps. Yes or no? Today, even Ranji Trophy also they use this. Now in Telangana, every district, some cricket team, some like IPL, they started another PL. What PL I don't know, but some PL. Every time we see in the newspaper, Khammam has won, Hyderabad won 3 times. Our district, Mahbubnagar, is losing like every time. I was seeing even Mahbubnagar will win. All the time, 3 or 4 matches it is losing. So by the way, you keep a constant watch. So I realized that within state, they started some IPL kind of thing. Again, there also they are using sensor-based terms. And all this is because of one single inventor who could realize this idea, made this. He is more intelligent. He knows that for 20 years only he can rule. So what he do is, he did not give this technology to anyone. He makes on his own, he sells on his own. If you want to take, you have to take only from him. There is no other agency available. Like this, 20 years he will rule the world. Coca-Cola, we were talking, ring pull system. When this patent was there, inventor used to get 148,000 UK pounds per day on royalty. Each day 148,000 UK pounds. What is the invention? Ring pull system. How does it matter whether you drink Coca-Cola in bottle or can? But we want can only. Pay more, take can. But drink the same amount of Coca-Cola. We pay more for the can as if we eat the can. But we don't eat. No? So that is the power of invention. Try to make sure that people like your invention or your product. And look at this sad story. Like each coin has 2 sides, each practice has got both good and bad. She is the inventor of fidget spinner. Wherever you see fidget spinner, it is because of her. She invented this to engage her grandchildren. There was no other purpose. To engage grandchildren, she was doing something new. One new is this. People like us suggested her to take a patent. She also thought when people are telling, see, if you are going to become rich, why do you stop? Right or not? So she made, but unfortunately she was not having euro 310 to pay towards its maintenance fees. After patent gets granted, you have to pay the maintenance fees. So she did not pay. At that time, no one told her, no one came to support her because they know that it is more powerful. Keep quiet. If patent comes in the open domain, everyone can practice. So because of the non-payment of the maintenance fees, this patent came into the open domain, and then this is the worth of spinning toy industry. People who suggested her to take patent, they did not support her to pay this timely maintenance fees. And now this is the worth of spinning toy industry. So therefore the learning from here is, we can become rich, we can remain poor. One quick example is about turmeric. Turmeric is very well known in India, but there was a patent in US in the year 1995. If small kids say later, elderly people, everyone knows about turmeric, but they had a patent. India has to fight. And finally, CSIR has opposed America's patent, we won. But to show that it is our own work, we have to spend money, energy, time, everything has gone. At least CSIR would have spent more than 50 crores. About in 1995, 50 crores to prove that it is ours. And there is another example of basmati rice. When biryani comes, basmati rice we all know, but Americans are very intelligent. In 1997 there was a patent on basmati rice. Here is the product, see here. They brought this into the market as Kasmati and Texmati. Patent filed in 95. In 97 it was granted also. Kasmati and Texmati. And our people, we are little more smart, na? Whatever is available in our village or in our houses here, no, very traditional, very old. Go to supermarket, it is very fancy, very creative, very colorful. They started buying Kasmati and Texmati, eating. One fine day, some villager went to their relatives' house. What is this? They come, one full bag I will get with the price what you are getting for 1 kilogram. That is where it all started. They realized that it is our own practice. They adopted, got a patent, and they started making lots of money. So finally, again, Indian government has to oppose this, fight against US, and of course we won the case. But to win our own thing, we have to spend a lot of money. And the learning is this: IP can make you rich or it can keep you poor. But either to become rich or to be poor, you have to make IP. So making IP is important. Finally. So therefore, we all know our research orientation has been mainly towards making impact factor publication first. We are doing this, we have to do this, undoubtedly. Very good. Along with this, we should also come up with a practice of India first, innovation first, and IP first. Along with the publications, if we also adopt this, certainly we can do wonders. There is a huge scope for us. And how to do this? Maybe this is the last slide before I put the thank you. How to do? Doing is fine. Everyone wants to do, but how to do? There are several limitations. Please adopt this approach. Blind approach, kind approach, and find approach. Blind approach, why? Until you get your first 8 to 10 patent applications filed. Don't look into whether it is useful or not, whether it is really patentable or not, whether it has worked or not, who told what, nothing. Want to file a patent, want to go into that practice, please file. Because filing fees is 1600, examination fees is 4000. 5600 is not a big amount. After you file about 8 to 10 applications, you will get to know that practice, then go for kind approach. Be kind enough in considering whether the work is really worth of going for patents or not. Be kind enough in considering that one. Once you are also good in that, follow find approach. Try to find a partner or industry. Once you get a patent, who will take it forward for further exploitation. And if you ask me, we are still in this approach only. So this would be a scenario when you do not have IP. Big will eat small, small will eat further small. Being small without IP, whatever great you may be, but being small without IP is so dangerous. If you have IP, whatever small you may be, you are so powerful. I will stop here. Thank you. If there are any queries, you can take them. I think we are on time, hopefully. If there are any queries, we can take. Or
Any queries?
Sir, if you apply for a design patent, so can it be called as a granted?
I'll tell you here. It is just design. First thing is, in India we call it as design or industrial design or registered design. Design patent is a terminology in Western practice, but the same content of the invention or the work is same, but we call it as industrial design. In industrial design, it is called as registration. Once it gets registered, you will get a certificate of registration. There is no process, there is a process of examination, but like patents, filing, publication and granting, here they call as filing and registration. Once it gets registered, it will be published also. But usually...
So it will be called as published or can we call it as...
No, it is called as design registered. Design registered. Yes, that is the difference. Because design registration is valid for 10 years plus 5 years. Okay, and file, then it will examine, then registered. So you see the certificate. For patent, you get it as a patent grant certificate. But for design, you get it as a registered design or design registration. That is the difference. Fine, then if there are no further queries, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your highly informative, insightful, and thought-provoking keynote on scientific innovation, intellectual property rights, technology transfer, and research commercialization have provided meaningful guidance to our faculty members, researchers, and innovators. And I request everyone to acknowledge Dr. T. Pavan Kumar's valuable keynote lecture with another warm round of applause. We shall now have a 10-minute tea break. I request all the dignitaries to proceed to boardroom 1 for tea. Faculty members may kindly proceed to the girls' waiting hall adjacent to the boardroom 2. I request all participant faculty members and committee members to kindly reassemble in the auditorium after 10 minutes of tea break for valedictory session. Request students have to be here only. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm, cordial welcome to the valedictory function of Second International Conference on AI Power Technology Integration for Sustainability, AIPTIS-2026, organized by GMRIT deemed to be University. Over the past 2 days, this conference has brought together distinguished academicians, scientists, industry professionals, researchers, and students to exchange ideas on artificial intelligence, sustainability, renewable energy, science, engineering, and emerging technologies. As we come to the closing session, let us celebrate the knowledge shared, the collaborations initiated, and collective commitment demonstrated towards smarter and more sustainable future. Now I invite my dear fellow convener, Dr. K. Santarao, Associate Professor in the Mechanical Department, GMRIT deemed to be University, onto the dais and request him to take his seat. I respectfully invite Dr. K. Ravindranath, Dean R&D, GMRIT deemed to be University, to grace the dais and kindly take his seat. I respectfully invite Dr. CLV Prasad, Executive Dean, GMRIT deemed to be University, to raise the dais and kindly take his seat. I respectfully invite Dr. J. Girish, Honorable Vice Chancellor, GMRIT deemed to be University, to grace the dais in his distinguished presence and kindly take his seat. It is my privilege to invite our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, Scientist in CSIR-Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, Bhubaneswar, to grace the dais and kindly take his seat. May I request the gathering to welcome all our dignitaries with a warm round of applause. To begin with this valedictory function, on an auspicious note, may I request the esteemed gathering to kindly rise for the invocation.
परात्पर रामा कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर रामा कालात्मक परमेश्वर रामा शेषतल्प सुखनिद्रित राम ब्रह्माद्यमरा प्रातित राम शेषतल्प सुखनिद्रित राम ब्रह्माद्यमरा प्रातित राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम प्रिय गुह विनिवेदित पद राम शबरी दत्त फलासन राम प्रिय गुह विनिवेदित पद राम शबरी दत्त फलासन राम हनुमत सेवित निज पद राम सीता प्राणाधारक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम
Thank you. Please be seated. The conference report provides a concise account of academic sessions, participation, technical deliberations, and major outcomes of AIPTIS-2026. I now respectfully invite Dr. K. Santala, my fellow convener of AIPTIS-2026, to present the conference report.
Respected Dr. J. Girish Garu, Vice Chancellor, GMRE Dean to University. Respected Dr. CSIR-Institute Prasad Garu, Executive Dean. Respected Dr. K. Lakshman Rao, Convener of AIPTIS-2026. Respected Deans, Head of the Departments, Faculty Friends, participants from different places, young and energetic students, organizing committee members, technical support team, press and electronic media, a very good evening. It is my honor and privilege to present the final report of the second International Conference on AI-powered technology integration for sustainability. The conference is a catalyst for innovation and collaboration, bringing together leading minds from around the globe to discuss the critical role of artificial intelligence in promoting sustainability. We were greatly honored to have Dr. Sri Mohan Satyaranjan Garu, Chief Technical Officer, IIT Madras Pravartak Technologies Foundation, as a chief guest, and who delivered his keynote lecture. His insights and vision have set a profound tone for our discussions. Additionally, we were privileged to hear from Dr. V. Valikumari Garu, Dean R&D and Professor in Computer Science and Systems Engineering, Andhra University, as a guest of honor, and also Dr. T. Pavan Kumar Sir, Scientist E. CSIR-Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, IMMT, Bhubaneswar. Both delivered their keynotes, sharing valuable knowledge and perspectives on our conference theme. The response to AIPTIS-2026 has been overwhelming. we received a total of 313 articles. After a rigorous review process, 151 articles were accepted for publication. We also received 2 abstracts for presentation, bringing our total number of contributions to be 153. Of these, 61 papers were presented in offline sessions today, while 92 were presented online yesterday. This combination of online and offline presentations allowed us to accommodate and engage a diverse and global audience. Furthermore, to ensure smooth functioning and facilitate meaningful interactions, we organized the conference into 3 distinct tracks. The first track was on environment and renewable energies. The second track titled Artificial Intelligence, Machine Learning and Quantum Applications. Finally, the third track titled Science, Engineering and Technology. These tracks are designed to cater to both offline and online participants, ensuring that everyone has opportunity to deeply engage with the content and each other. The diversity and quality of these presentations at AIPTIS-2026 was truly inspiring. The discussions and exchanges that took place have significantly advanced our understanding and opened new avenues for innovation in AI-based sustainability. Regarding the final publication process, corresponding authors play a key role in smooth publication of your articles in AIP conference proceedings. We are expecting an immediate response from the corresponding authors, otherwise the publication may get delayed. Please, we request you to please check the formatting, author names, affiliations, abbreviations, positions of figures and tables, any acknowledgements and the organizations of the references. The AIP production team is very particular about these details. However, our production team is actively working on finalizing a camera-ready draft. Once it is ready, we will send the final proof to the respective corresponding authors for corrections. After receiving confirmation from the corresponding authors only, we will submit the final version of all the articles to the AIP production team. If the AIP production team finds any formatting issues, they will be immediately contacted the corresponding author for corrections. So after finalizing all the 151 articles only, those will go to the final publication of our issue. This is a very important process before publishing your articles. So through this platform, we request you to make sure your manuscripts are in proper format or not. This is entirely your responsibility, and our production team will always support you in any kind of regard. So finally, we, the conveners, thank you everyone to your great support and cooperation for successful completion of our second international conference on AI-powered technology integration for sustainability. Thank you once again.
I now respect. Thank you, sir, for presenting the comprehensive report and highlighting the key achievements and outcomes of the conference. Now, it is now my privilege to invite Dr. K. Ravindranath, Dean R&D, to address August gathering.
Respected Chief Guest of the event, Dr. T. Pavan Kumar Garu, Scientist E, CSIR-Bhubaneswar. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. J. Girish Garu. Respected Executive Dean, Dr. CLV-RSV Prasad Garu. Conveners of the conference, Dr. K. Lakshman Rao Garu and Dr. K. Shantarao Garu. Organizing Committee, Registrar Garu, Deans, HODs, faculty members, participants from various organizations, and my beloved students. A very good evening to one and all. So before, just now we had a beautiful session on patents, the importance of patent filing, granting, how it is useful for the growth of a nation. So with that context, Pavan Garu, as GMRIT deemed to be university, we are encouraging our faculty for publishing and granting patents through a third-party agency by providing all financial support, and also we are encouraging our faculty in the form of incentives. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your beautiful session regarding the importance of patents. So coming to this international conference, I would like to express my heartfelt congratulations to the conveners and the organizing committee for the successful conduction of a 2 days international conference on AI powered technology integration for sustainability. Because conducting a conference, gathering people, transferring knowledge and organizing the things, it's not a that much easy task. So from the last 4 months, they did a great job, and finally they successfully conducted these 2 days conference. You are the witnessing people. My hearty congratulations to the entire team. So from the last 2 days, we had 3 beautiful keynote sessions along with 3 different tracks at different locations. So lots of transformation has been happening by keynote lectures, by 151 presentations in both online and offline. So my humble request to the faculty members and researchers, please transfer the knowledge, what we learn, what we are learning in the future, because we are the catalyst for our future students for a sustainable future. Because now we are talking about fundamental research to innovation. So these things will happen because due to the transfer of knowledge from our stage to the student level, then only we can achieve a sustainable future and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Please kindly note and transfer the knowledge for a sustainable future. And one more thing, 2 decades back, both industries and academic institutions are different verticals. Now, the industries are also showing lots of interest to work and collaborate with the academic partners. Because both the academic partners and industries, they realized that those two are not different entities. We two work together, then only we can create a sustainable and futuristic India. Because of that reason, industries are showing lots of interest for establishment of Center of Excellences in good number of reputed established academic institutions. In that context, L&T has established a concrete and testing lab in our organization by sponsoring a worth of around 1.5 crores in our new academic block. Along with that, BSNL also establishing a telecommunication lab by sponsoring by themselves only with a worth of 36 lakhs. So this reflects the importance of establishment of Center of Excellences and collaboratively work with the industries to transfer the knowledge, what is happening in the industry, the academic students and faculty should know. Then only we are preparing at this level, then we can actively work in the industry. So please try to learn good things, then only we will get good knowledge. So with these few words, I would like to congratulate the entire team and I wish you all the best in future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your exploring importance of patents and relationship between industry and academia. Now it is now my privilege to invite Dr. CLV RSV Prasad Garu, Executive Dean GMRI deemed to be University, to address the August gathering.
Today's chief guest, Shri T. Pavan Kumar, scientist CSIR, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Girish, Vice Chancellor, and Dr. Ravindranath, Dr. Shantarao, Dr. Lakshman Rao, other professors of the dais, faculty members, authors who came all the way for presenting the papers, and my dear student friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I would like to compliment the organizers for organizing these 2 days event meticulously, having a continuous and a seamless flow for all the presentations that have been taken up in a dual mode, that is both online and offline. And as rightly narrated by Dr. Shantarao, I think close to 150 papers are presented in these 2 days, and in both hybrid mode. And there are around 60 members, authors have visited the campus for presenting the papers. So I wish that all the 60 authors who came all the way here to visit the campus and to present must have explored the campus. Can external authors can raise your hands, please? After presentation they left, or they must have left. Okay, fine. But having said that, I think that you must have gone through the campus and explored the campus. The point what I'd like to mention here is organizing this type of events with conferences, or for that matter, it could be a rapid development program in collaboration, is nothing but providing a platform and an occasion for the community in the academics to sit together and then collaborate, discuss, and then finally come out with the deliberations which will be with having mutual benefit. For any collaboration, for any deliberations to happen, first of all, people need to sit together. To sit together, we need to have a platform. So as such, these are the events which creates the platform. So these platforms need to be taken so seriously, and to be with more priority, people should take this as an opportunity and try to collaborate for collaborative research, because research doesn't happen in isolation. Research happens only, it is a effective research, and real research happens with collaboration. And just a keynote session that has happened and given by Dr. Pavan Kumar is on intellectual property rights and the need and the importance of the intellectual property rights. I think everybody must have gone through that. Most of our research process, or the outcome of the research is aiming towards inventions. They are not looking or focusing at innovations. So here, for India like country, apart from the research moving towards inventions, research moving towards innovation is having a greater importance, because research towards innovations leads to product development. So that is the area where I request all the authors and faculty members and students to think in that perspective. Because innovation is nothing new, it's not an invention, right? Thinking differently, innovation is thinking differently, the same task. The innovation can be to increase the efficiency, right? To optimize the things and to create facility, to have better life. That means it should be mostly of a user-friendly products. And as rightly pointed out by Mr. Mohan in the inaugural session, for any innovation there should be user. Even for that matter, for any research there should be user. Research for the sake of research doesn't work. Any research, whatever we do, the outcome of the research must be utilized and there should be an end user. The research without having an end user is of no use. Probably you may get papers, you may get even PhDs. As such, there are many PhDs, they are sake of PhDs where there is no end user for it. So that is the reason where India is lagging in the product design. So my sincere advice is to look at simple problems for getting frugal solutions with innovation. Why I am saying this, frugal solutions are very, very important in the context of the countries like India, because we want to have economically viable solutions, financially viable solutions. If I make a research and ultimately come up with an outcome where it is costing very high, finally we end up in giving up the process. The outcome of the research should be implementable, usable. So these are some of the points what I like suggest people to think while doing it, and any small thing, if it is useful for the fellow beings, it is useful for the society, if it is useful for the community, I think there will be a great value addition that as a teacher that we can do. So with this few note, I'd like to compliment and congratulate the entire organizing committee for making this event a grand success. And I told that in the inaugural function, this is the second edition of this AIPTIS conference in collaboration with American Institute of Physics. And we are doing this with an interval of 2 years. Every 2 years we have this, because the cycle itself takes 2 years, because publishing the papers will take around 8 to 12 months for these papers to come out as a proceedings index in the Scopus. So I suggest the Research and Development Department of the university to look at in exploring the options of organizing an IEEE sponsored conference. I think that should be the next mandate for you all. I do not know when you will come up, and at least if you conceive the idea now, it takes not less than 10 to 12 months. So probably by, this is June, by February 2027, we should have this IEEE conference to happen, and we need to host that. Right? All the best, good luck.
So thank you, sir, for your encouraging words and continued support for research, innovation and academic excellence. I now have the honor of inviting Dr. J. Girish, Honorable Vice Chancellor, GMR and DMT University, to deliver his valuable address.
Today's chief guest for this valedictory section, Dr. Pavan Kumar garu, scientist, CSIR, Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Prasad garu, Dr. Ravindra garu, Dr. Shantarao garu, Lakshman Rao garu, my colleagues and faculty members, those who have participated in this conference, online and offline, and my dear young students, good evening or good afternoon to you all. So we had, I think, from yesterday, about 3 tracks. One is sustainability and energy. Second one is related to the artificial intelligence, machine learning, quantum computing. And third one is generic science and engineering. I think we had very serious presentations about science and technology and all. But to make it very light, at the end I thought of telling you a story, because there are so many students, so many researchers also. I think all of you also, I got some idea when Dr. Pavan Kumar garu delivered a session on patents. Then I thought, I got immediately sometime long back, I studied a story, and all of you know him. See, the story is about Edison, Thomas Alva Edison. All of you know him? Heard, correct? Who is he? Bulb inventor. Very good, excellent. So I talk about Edison, but I don't want to say more about invention of electricity or bulb. Edison was born around, I think, I didn't remember, I studied long back, probably around 1858 or 60, around that. And he died, I think, probably 1920 or 30, around that. Edison is a deaf. I mean, he can't hear. I mean, he has that problem since when he was 12 years old. And he is very poor, very, very basic education. He used to sell newspaper on the railway platforms. He goes to railway platform every day and he keep selling the newspapers. Those days, railway platforms. Those days, it is steam engines. not electrical engines, correct? Steam engines. He used to sell newspapers on the platform. Then later, of course, he learned little bit about telegraph. Then he started working in the telegraph office. You know, how many of you know telegraph? Students, did you know telegraph? Some code, tick, 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 correct? What is that called? Morse code, something, some code, correct? Tick, tick, tick. I think we used to receive or we used to send when I was very child telegraph. Telegraph facility available in the post office. Because now I think post office itself very difficult to see, and probably most of you don't know telegraph. See, in those days, telegraph is the only communication system. If you want to send something emergency to your friends, parents, or something, telegram. Telegram means we feel something like emergency, correct? But only very few people can relate. Now, of course, very different. So, what Edison has done, for his survival, he started selling newspapers. Later, he worked in telegraph office because he learned some code and all. Then he used to work there. Then subsequently, Edison never invented bulb. Edison wanted to increase the lifespan of the bulb. Okay? What Edison has done is, most of you doesn't know. What Edison has done is, he used his experience, the sales when he was a kid, at the age of 12 years, keep selling the newspaper. He knows how to get the money. Next, he could see the networking. He sees transmission through the poles, wires, how telegraph works. He could see the networking. Then he has the intention to do something big. That is how he improved the bulb lifespan. Then he could create a big, huge business empire. He was the person who demonstrated and commercialized the electricity. Before that, there is no commercialization of the electricity. I am talking about 1850 to 1920. People used to use some oil, lanterns, lanterns, some kind of electricity. What he has done is he could connect his life experiences. So therefore, in life, whatever you learn, nothing is waste. He knows how to sell. Then he understood technology, and he understood bulb. Before Edison, n number of people are there, correct? Lot of failures and all. So many people invented bulb. But what he could do is he could extend the life of the bulb, and he lent the transmission empire, volume. He could see how to scale up the business in those days. Then he commercialized. He was the founder of General Electricals. He invented in lot of industries. Subsequently, before death, I think he could patent 1,000 plus patents without any education. His patent number is 1,000 plus patents. This is very interesting. I used to tell this story to my students when I was active in classroom teaching. This is a good story, correct?
Yes, sir.
Everything is there. How to sell, that the basic principle for entrepreneur. Then how to see the big business, how to scale up. That is what he could see while working in telegraph. Then how to patent, that is what Pavan was saying. How to safeguard his business. Whatever he has ideas, he is to quickly patent. There is no demonstration, there is nothing before him, no experience, but he could see with his common sense how to protect his own intellectual, whatever he has done, whatever he has improved. So therefore I think patent people, most of the people know this story, but I narrated in a very different way, but people know in a very different way since the students were there. This is very important. If someone wanted to dream big, or when we want to show the students the real picture, whatever we do, we need to have this common sense we need to use our intelligence, because subsequently, some of you have read Steve Jobs' book, correct? Connecting the dots. Life is, throughout our life, we will have different experiences. If we can connect our experiences, we can become really a different person. This is what I thought of sharing this story. This is applicable to teachers, because we also can use the learnings. So therefore, you need to spend some time reading about people. At least if you don't have time to read book, at least watch good videos, YouTube videos. Okay, take out some time from your busy social media schedule, read or watch good videos. And certain invention happens only when you are, this is called again good book, Sphere of Silence. Inventions happens when you have a very deep rooted concentration. Correct? People have invented many things because they used to focus very deep, hours, days, months and years. That is how people can really do some fundamental research. Inventions happen. So these are very important because all of us are very busy. As I told you yesterday, our average screen time of mobile is about 7.5 hours. International, 7.5 to 8 hours. Very serious efforts. Okay, please take out some time and use some dhyana, meditation, sphere of silence. Think about yourself, think about ourselves, how we can do our best. Okay, with these few words, I congratulate all the team whoever contributed for this conference. I wish you good luck. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring address and visionary guidance. I now humbly request our esteemed chief guest, Dr. T. Pavan Kumar, to address the gathering.
So good evening and dear GMRIT, respected elders and my dear youngers. So good evening everyone. I know several aspects have been already discussed, told. I think like Vice Chancellor sir has told, screen time. So people are doing meditation, yoga, everything on screen only. Because our lives have become more real than real. Everyone knows who is Bahubali, the screen Bahubali, but no one knows who is the real Bahubali. So likewise, we have to, like sir has suggested, we have to come out of that. At least we can keep some time, whatever it may be, don't see the phone or keep it at some place. And today I will put my experiences in 3 phases. One is with respect to the kind of example on Edison. I think it is only Vice Chancellor sir who has noticed my slide, bottom part of the one slide, where I told you about 90% of the patents are majorly given for innovations, so you can improve upon it. Below that, there are few examples. One is about the light bulb. And if you look into the title of my session today, Time Pay IP, I think Edison and the story narrated by you sir, it is very much relevant to the title and the session that I made here. Technology, innovation and management excellence, time for potential exploitation and IP interface. So what did Edison do? Edison, he may not have developed the technology by his own, but he could identify technology, he could identify innovation, he could integrate it with his experience over the period of time from selling the newspaper to all others for management excellence. And then he used all these things for potential exploitation. Then he is one of the highest patent holder of the world. He has got more than 1090 patents. Only very recently, one of our own Indian has emerged as the top filer of the patents in the world. He was recently been awarded some prize by President of India. Otherwise, he has got more patents, Thomas Alva Edison. Sir, I think with your story, we gave a very proper conclusion for this program. Thank you. And then second one is for all the students present here and also for the significance of these kind of conferences.
whenever you go for a conference or for the students where you spend time in universities or institutions, you have to be very, very careful. There are two possibilities. One is will, skill, fill. If you have will, you can develop skill, which is very, very important, through which you can fill your life with progress. This is the only place where you get to interact with the people of different skills, different professions, expertises, experiences. Once you go for a job, whatever job you opt, only you are limited with the circle. You will have a very limited circle. So therefore, this is the place where you can develop larger skills. Otherwise, it will be nil. When you don't have skill, it will be nil. That will lead to ill. Finally, that will kill your progress. So nil, ill, kill. Now it is your choice. Which one you wish to opt? My suggestion would be you should go for, knowingly or unknowingly, you should go for only the first option. Only then we'll have some scope. And the third part is regarding the patents and research collaborations. I am very happy and I really appreciate GMR IT. Many universities or institutions, they are not really supporting patents. Very many faculties, they struggle. But here, university has taken an initiative to support filing and granting of patenting aspects. Apart from that, incentives were also given to encourage this kind of activity. I think only very rarely I find this kind of practice, and at least in this region, this is the only university where incentives were also given. Really, I really appreciate. So when it comes to collaborations, again I put it in three words: air, fair, and pair. Until maybe a decade back or until recent times, wherever you go, whatever programs you attend, everyone talks about academia, industry, research collaborations. Academia, industry, research collaboration. Only on talkings it will be there. In practicality, it will be in air only. Where it is in air. But good that from last few years, this air has become fair. There is some fruitful academia, industry, research collaborations. And when you told about two examples of the industries which have put in some centers, I think it is a very good practice or fair practice. And the third possibility is that should translate into pair. Productive academia, industry, research collaborations. Certainly once you are in a fair stage, it will lead to productive. Once you are productive, it will be profitable. So therefore, let us all aim towards contributing more and more in whatever field and whatever activities we involve, so that the ecosystem around will become stronger and strong. It will add to the nation's strength. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful and inspiring address. Your thoughts on science, scientific innovation, intellectual property, and technology transfer will certainly motivate our researchers and young scholars to convert meaningful ideas to impactful outcomes. Now I invite feedback from the participants. May I request one or three participants or delegates representing both physical and online participation to briefly share their experiences and suggestions regarding AIPTS for the improvement or betterment of this process.
Respected dignitaries on the stage, off the stage, faculty fraternity, Gen Z kids. This is J. Vijay Chandra. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at Lindy Institute of Engineering and Technology, Vizianagaram. So this is my 22nd conference paper presentation in the span of just 4 years. See, while there is a bloody perspective in the minds of each and every academician regarding the conference paper. See, whenever we used to go for asking the permission about submitting that paper to the conference, and right after getting accepted, if we are switching towards the higher authorities for getting a permission to present the same paper offline. So they used to say one thing like, why conference paper is needed? So there is no means of having any kind of weightage to the conference paper. So if that is the case, I feel a journal paper and conference paper, the weightage is same, because if the students are going to neglect the mid examinations, they cannot get passed in external examination. So the conference paper always provides you something big in making the journal to be much more effective. So I feel in this particular note. So during my student days, I actually would like to present a paper in StepCon event, but I have never got a chance to present the same. But today I got an opportunity to present the paper in this second international conference. Last year I already have been submitted the same paper, one paper in the first edition, and that has been accepted, that has been published, and with the same tempo I just have been gone through the same thing. So I'm so happy to take part of this particular conference, and I'm so happy to take part of all the kinds of keynote sessions through online and offline today. And very kudos to all the organizing committee. The hospitality was excellent. The keynote sessions are completely superb, and this is what I would like to review. So it's a fantastic environment what actually I have been experiencing it. Thank you.
A very good evening, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I'm very happy to stand before you, and also I'm very happy to say that I'm the ex-faculty of GMRIT during my tenure 2007 to 2016, almost 10 years over. 2016 I left from this institute. Now I am working in Oman and HOD of Science and Mathematics. I am very happy to see you all, my colleagues. I never miss the opportunity to meet my GMRIT colleagues. And during my tenure, 2007 to 2016, I learned many things under the great leadership of Dr. CSIR-Institute sir. I learned many things, and with a lot of ambiguity, I approached many occasions, and he molded that one particular event I can say, that is introduction of the placement course, quantitative aptitude. Still my colleagues, they, in a lighter way, because of you made this course as a credit course. And this entire credit goes to Dr. CSIR-Institute sir. Because of him, because of his motivation, and he shaped that particular event in a better way. And regarding the occasion, this conference, and as rightly mentioned, Dr. CSIR-Institute sir, collaboration, and also just previous my speech, I don't know the name of the person, and he pointed out the conference paper and journal paper must have equal importance. Even though because of some pages and some even references also, we will restrict some small idea to present the conference, but that creates a great collaboration with the colleagues. I had experience before in the first version of this conference. Because of that, I collaborated with the faculty in GMRIT, and we could produce 2 Q1 papers and still 3 more in the pipeline. And that is Dr. Lakshman Rao. He was during that session also. We used to talk whenever we got some connection. The area we are working is similar, and we could able to publish this type. So this type of conference creates a great collaboration, and we must attend. And I prefer only for the presentation of the offline instead of online. So please provide more number in offline mode, sir. Even for the 10 minutes observation, we will get more ideas to collaborate with each other. And with this, thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Anyone? When I move forward, as a token of our respect and gratitude, we shall now felicitate our esteemed chief guest. May I request Dr. J. Girish, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and Dr. CLV R.S.V. Prasad, Executive Dean, to felicitate Dr. T. Pavan Kumar. May I also request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly join the felicitation.
ఆనంద్
I may request the session chair expert, Dr. D. Satyanarayan Bora, Professor in Mathematics, University of Technology and Applied Science, Kumar, to kindly come up to the dais to present the memento and appreciate. I request the chief guest to present the memento and appreciation certificate to the participant. Please give them a good round of applause. Now I request the session chair expert, Dr. M. Satish, Department of IT, GMR and DU, to kindly come up to the dais. And I request the chief guest to present the memento and appreciation certificate to the participant. To the session chair expert. I request the session chair expert, Dr. L.V. Suresh Kumar, Department of BE, GMRIT-DU, to kindly come on the dais. And I request the chief guest to present the memento and appreciation certificate. session chair expert, Dr. M. Vaikunt Rao, Department of Mechanical Engineering, GMRITDU, to kindly come on to the dais. I request the chief guest to present the memento and appreciation of the video. I request the session chair expert Dr. B. Anil Kumar, Department of ECE, GMRITDU, to kindly come on to the dais. And I request the chief guest to present the memento and appreciation certificate. Participant, Mr. Dabbiru Sai Krishwan, SRM University AP, to come on to the dais I request the chief guest to present the participation certificate. Dabbiru Sai Krishwan, SRM University. I request the participant, Miss V. Surekha, Vigyan Institute of Engineering for Women, to kindly come on to the dais. I request G. Lavanya. I request A. Anit. I request Jansi Padala, Department of Chemistry, CSIR, Rajam. I request M. Vijayalakshmi, Central University of Tamil Nadu. I request K. Prasannalata, Vigyan University. I request M. Govindarao T. GCSR College, Rajam. I request Lakshman Rao A. Gait University, Guntur. Come on to the dais. Come on to the dais. Come on to the dais. I request SRM Raju T. Dravidian University, Kuppam. I request Ashok Bhavani. I request Vijay Chandra, Land Institute of Engineering Technology, Vijayanagar. I request Shankar Rao, Department of Physics, Gandhi Institute of Technology. I request Suranarayan Das, Gait University, Guntur. Department of CSIR. I request M. Nagaraju, train to CD. Now, I request Dr. M. Nageshwar Rao. I request.
Sorry for the interruption. So, as a token of appreciation, as an organizing committee, wish to facilitate the academic HODs. So we would like to invite Dr. M.V. Nageshwara Garu, Registrar, GMRIT deemed to be University.
Kindly come up onto the dais to present the memento. I request chief guest to present the memento. I request Dr. G.S. Kumar, Dean Enterprise, come onto the dais. And I request the chief guest to present the memento. I request Dr. P. Ramana, Dean School of Applied Engineering, kindly come on to the dais. I request chief guest to present the memento. Now I request Dr. R.L. Naidu, Dean School of Physical Sciences. I request chief guest to present the memento. I request Dr. T.S. Kishore, HOD Jubilee, to come on the dais, and I request chief guest to felicitate with a memento. Now I request Dr. T. Jagannathan, HOD ECE, to come on the dais, and I request chief guest to felicitate with a memento. Now I request Dr. J. Wheeler, HOD Civil, to come out to the dais, and I request him just to felicitate with him. Now I request Dr. M. Srinivas Rao, HOD Mechanical, come on to the dais. I request Dr. K. Srivijaya, HOD, CSIR-Institute. I request Dr. Ashit Kumar Rao, HOD, IT Cybersecurity, come on to the dais. And I request chief guest to present the memento. I request Dr. K.V.S. Prasad, HOD Commerce, to come on to the dais. I request Dr. Ravindranath K, Dean R&D, come on to the dais. Of course, he's on the dais. I request. Dr. C.I.R.Institute Prasad. I request the chief guest to present the memento to our executive dean, Dr. C.I.R.Institute Prasad. Now I request our chief guest to felicitate our Vice Chancellor, Dr. J. Girish Garu.
of the event, the conveners, Dr. Lakshman Rao garu, to please accept the felicitation, and I request the chief guest, Dr. Pavan Kumar garu, to please felicitate the convener of the conference, Dr. Lakshman Rao garu. I request another convener, Dr. K. Shantarao garu.
Thank you, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the conclusion of valedictory function of AIPTS 2026. May I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem. Sorry. Now I request my fellow convener Dr. K. Shantarao, convener of AIPTS 2026, to propose vote of thanks.
I would like to request the registrar, deans, HODs and the participants, please come on to the dais for a group photo. Please come on to the dais for a group photo. Please come fast.
స్టెప్స్ కూడా ఉండండి. అలా
I request participants to come, please.
బావా ఇలా స్టాంప్ తీసుకో. స్టాండ్ ఇలా పైకి అలా పైకి లేదు, అలా పైకి తీసా అలా తీసా. మేడం ఇలా మేడం కూర్చోండి సార్. స్టెప్స్ కూడా ఉండుకోండి సార్. అలా ఓకే. ఓకే, రెడీ సార్. సార్ రెడీ. వన్ మోర్. ఓకే. मैं आप ही ला